news. Minister of Interior mobilizes efforts to recapture escaped inmates. KOGI Signage Agency gives 7 days notice for outdoor advertisement registration. Amidst Gabon coup, 2 African countries make fresh changes to their military structures. In sports, Nigeria fastest growing cricket nation, says International Cricket Council. This is the MLC TV Global News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluent State of Nigeria. I am Joy Moses. Thanks for joining us. Minister of Interior Bumi Tunji Ojo has announced that President Bola Tinubu has issued a firm directive to ensure the apprehension of all escaped inmates across the country. Between 2021 and 2022, the nation witnessed a series of attacks on custodial centers, leading to the escape of numerous inmates. Notable among these targeted facilities were prisons in Kuje, Kogi, Jos, Abologo, Owerri, Okitipupa, and Oko. Presently, approximately 4,000 inmates remain at large. In a press conference following an inspection of the Nigerian Immigration Service and Nigerian Correctional Service facilities, Tunji Ojo affirmed the commitment of the agencies to meticulously execute the President's mandate concerning escaped prisoners. He emphasized that collaborative efforts with various security agencies will be employed to recapture the fugitives. Additionally, the minister conveyed the administration's zero-tolerance stance toward any acts of sabotage or negligence by correctional officers. Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, has affirmed the unwavering commitment of the federal government to ensuring the success of the ongoing International Civil Aviation Organization Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program that commenced in Abuja. While acknowledging Nigerians' familiarity with audit processes, Keyamo emphasized that the current audit will be treated with the utmost seriousness by the government. The statement delivered during a meeting with the ICAO team in Abuja was conveyed by Tunde Moshood, the Minister's Special Assistant for Media and Communications. He further highlighted the country's dedication to prioritizing safety in civil aviation, underscoring its non-negotiable status in the sector's consideration. In a recent development, Senator George Akume, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, has offered significant reassurances regarding the compulsory employees' compensation for private sector workers, federal ministries, departments and agencies, as well as its forthcoming implementation across states. During a courtesy visit by the executive and management of the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund, Senator Akume affirmed the federal government's commitment to facilitating the realization of the initiative. He emphasized the pivotal role played by the fund in the lives of Nigerian workers and promised necessary assistance to ensure the accomplishment of its goals and objectives. The move to establish the employees' compensation contribution gained substantial momentum during the extraordinary session of the Federal Executive Council led by President Muhammadu Buhari on May 15, 2023. The Council granted approval for a 1% mandatory deduction from the emolument of MDAs as employees' compensation contribution effective retroactively from January 2023. Additionally, the FEC approval mandated the Ministry of Finance to settle outstanding payments owed to the fund by various agencies since 2012. The Attorney General of the Federation was directed to collaborate with state counterparts to expand the implementation of the compensation scheme across all levels of government. Uche Nwosu, the president of the Ugowumba Leadership Center for Africa and former chief of staff to the Imo State Governor, has provided counsel to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, suggesting the formation of a committee to evaluate the performance of recently appointed ministers. Furthermore, Nwosu advocated for the establishment of an additional committee to clearly delineate the roles of the minister. He highlighted that certain ministries exhibit significant overlap in their functions, which could lead to conflicts, and also emphasized that the Secretary to the Government of the Federation should play a pivotal role in clarifying the responsibilities of each ministry to prevent such issues in newly established ministries. Addressing the recent coup in Gabon, who also called upon African leaders to avoid clinging to power and to prioritize delivering the responsibilities of their positions to the citizens. He emphasized the importance of abiding by constitutional term limits and leaving office in accordance with established laws. Also urged democratic nations like Nigeria, Ghana and South Africa to collaborate and encourage affected countries to conduct elections and maintain stability, preventing crises arising from extended leadership tenures. Oluremi Tinubu, First Lady of Nigeria, has strongly advocated for a world where the destructive consequences of terrorism are confronted and defeated. In an event held in Abuja, Remi participated in a wreath-laying ceremony to honor the victims of the tragic 2011 bombing of the United Nations building. She conveyed that in order to realize this ambition, the international community needs to invest greater effort into nurturing peace, facilitating dialogues, and combating the divisive force of hatred and disunity. The First Lady underscored the importance of not only drawing inspiration from the sacrifices made by those dedicated to fostering peace, but also recommitting to the principles of unity, cooperation, and cooperation epitomized by the United Nations. During this poignant occasion, Remi was joined by Vladimir Voronkov, the Under-Secretary General of the UN's Office of Counter-Terrorism. Voronkov reiterated the necessity for global solidarity and support for the numerous victims of terrorism worldwide, which continues to threaten global peace and security, leaving countless individuals as survivors and casualties in its wake. KOGI State Signage, an advertisement agency, has issued notice to operators of outdoor advertisement to register their adverts. This is contained in a statement by the General Manager of the agency, Richard Osashei. Osashei urged advertisement operators to perfect their registration process with the agency and pay all relevant and prescribed fees. He added that everyone affected by the notice is urged to comply with his directive within 7 days of his notice, because after the expiration of the notice, all signposts, billboards and banners without the approval of the agency will be defaced at the cost of the owner. Osashei urged all political parties, religious organizations, support group, business owners, and others to comply strictly with the directive, as defaulters will be made to face the consequences of their actions. We go on a short break now. We'll be right back.
MLC TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Politics. The Independent National Electoral Commission has submitted more documents related to the March 18th governorship election in Nasarawa State. The state INEC head of operations presented this document during the proceedings of the governorship election petition tribunal held in Lafia, the state capital. During the hearing, Matthew Booker's son, COUP counsel to the APC informed the tribunal that they've issued a subpoena to GABON, who certified a certificate for the PDP. He stated that the subpoena had been taken to the INEC headquarters in Abuja. However, the Commission's secretary declined to accept it. Bukar San also mentioned that they have filed two processes, namely the third respondent's schedule of witnesses and schedule of documents, both dated August 30, 2023. Jubrin Samuel Okutepa San, the PDP lead counsel, confirmed that they have received the third respondent's schedule of documents and witnesses. He noted that they were not aware of the subpoena issued to GABON and INEC staff and requested a copy of the subpoena to respond appropriately. Bukar San sought to tender various documents, including a copy of the subpoena served on the head of operation, INEC Lafia office, an original ID card, and an application. The documents were marked as exhibit by chairman of the tribunal, Justice Ezekiel Ajari. In response to the presented documents and witnesses, the APC counsel stated their decision to close their defense. The first and second respondent counsel did not object to their decision, and the petitioner lead counsel also did not object. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Ezekiel Ajari, granted the application and adjourned the hearing on September 14, 2023 for all counsel to present their final written addresses. On crime, a 44-year-old dual UK Nigerian national, Ihani Chukwu Jonathan Abraham, has been sentenced to 90 months in prison by a US court for his involvement in a transnational inheritance scam that defrauded elderly Americans of millions of dollars. He was extradited from the United Kingdom along with two other co-defendants, Emmanuel Samuel and Jerry Chuks Ozo, who also received prison sentences of 82 and 87 months respectively. The scam involves sending personalized letters to elderly victims in the US, claiming that they were entitled to receive a huge inheritance from a long-lost relative who had died in Portugal. The letters purported to be from a bank in Spain and asked the victims to send money for various fees and taxes before they could receive their inheritance. The victims were also instructed to make other payments and to forward money from new victims to the fraudsters. The fraudsters used a network of former victims in the US to receive and send money, as well as to recruit new victims. Abraham and his co-conspirators also used fake identities, documents, and websites to deceive the victims and evade detection. Abraham was extradited to the United States from the United Kingdom in 2022. He pleaded guilty to wire fraud and mail fraud in February 2023. In addition to his prison sentence, Abraham was ordered to pay $400,000 in restitution to his victims. On the foreign scene, the recent military coup that ousted President Ali Bongo in Gabon has prompted both Cameroon and Rwanda to make changes to their military structures, seen as responses to the coup. The surprise coup, which occurred recently, garnered global condemnation and led various countries, including the United Nations and the African Union, to denounce the military actions. This coup in Gabon is the latest in a series of military takeovers that has resulted in the removal of democratically elected leaders in countries such as Niger Republic, Mali, Sudan, Burkina Faso, and Guinea-Bissau. In Rwanda, President Kagame has sanctioned the retirement of several Rwanda Defense Force generals, including General James Kabarabe, who was the senior presidential advisor on security matters. Similarly, in Cameroon, President Paul Biya, who has been in power since 1975 and seeks to safeguard his country from such coups, has initiated a military reshuffle involving new appointments. Meanwhile, an unverified report has emerged indicating that the military junta in Gabon has released Sylvia Bongo, the wife of ousted President Ali Bongo Ondimba. Sylvia Bongo, the First Lady, was reportedly released from house arrest where members of the First family were held. The report does not confirm the status of other members of the First family. Ali Bongo Ondimba had earlier released a video from captivity on Wednesday appealing to well-wishers and friends to support as he remained held by the coup plotters.
I'm Ali Bongo Ondimba, President of Gabon, and I'm to send a message to all the friends that we have all over the world to tell them to make noise, For the people here have arrested me and my family. My son is somewhere, my wife is in another place, and I'm at the residence. Right now, I'm in the residence and nothing happening. Nothing is happening. I don't know what's going on. So I'm calling you to make noise, really. I'm thanking you. Thank you.
Let's join Jonah Malik for sports update.
Hello and glad to have you on Sports Update on MLC TV Global News. The International Cricket Council has thrown its weight behind the Nigerian Cricket Federation in making the country the fastest growing cricket nation in the world following the colorful reception for the Cricket World Cup trophy in Lagos. Nigeria is again among the 3 African countries selected for the trophy parade along with South Africa and Uganda ahead of the OID World Cup in India from October 5th to November 19th. After the first leg of the trophy tour in Abuja, the piece of silverware was on display at the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Oval in Lagos. General Manager of Development ICC William Glenn Wright, who was accompanied to Nigeria by the ICC Regional Development Manager in Africa, Patricia Kambarami, said Nigeria was top priority in spreading the game. President of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Uyi Akpata, said the board would not relent in its efforts to ensure the countries benefited from its development agenda for the game. The trophy tour manager Eddie Fuambwa, who guided the silverware from South Africa to Uganda before coming down to Nigeria, expressed optimism about Nigeria's strides in the future. And that's all on Sports Update. I am Jonah Malik reporting. Back to Akasta for more stories.
Jonah. Joy Dada has the latest in the world of entertainment.
Welcome to the entertainment segment. I am Joy Dada. In Africa, Nollywood actor Bolanle Ninalowo has sadly announced that he and his wife Bumi are going their separate ways after 16 years of marriage. He made this known via his Instagram post. Ninobi acknowledged the end of his marriage, stating irreconcilable differences as the reason. He called his current stage in life sad but necessary. Nino poured out his heart in the lengthy caption acknowledging the implication of their decisions on himself and his children. He also detailed that he had worked hard to avoid coming to this, but a divorce has become the only peaceful resolution. Going on, he accepted defeat, reminding himself that each person's action will always catch up to them, either good or bad. Nino also disclosed that he has never wanted to be separate from the children that he loves so much. Unfortunately, his deepest fear has come true. Crossing over to Europe, American rapper 50 Cent is now a suspect from criminal felony battery after throwing a microphone at a fan and splitting her forehead open during his performance. According to a report by TMZ, the artist was performing at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles when he threw the microphone at the victim, who was sitting in the production area backstage. The microphone caused a laceration on her forehead, leaving her with a gruesome gash and needing stitches. The rapper is said to have held multiple microphones during his performance out of frustration because they were all faulty. But the microphone that hit the victim, later identified as Brianna Monaghan, was aimed at the production crew, not her. Unfortunately, the force with which it was thrown hit her smack in the forehead, creating a hole. Thanks for joining me. I am Joy Dada reporting for MLC TV.
Thank you, Joy. That is the size of our package. Do support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, MLC TV. Like and follow our Facebook pages, MLC TV, MLC TV2, MLC TV Yoruba, and Ebirababe MLC TV. Instagram, MLC TV 2021, Twitter, MLC TV, and TikTok, MLC_TV. For your event coverage, appearance on any of our programs, contributions, comments, advert placements, or sponsorship, please call or send SMS to any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join MLC TV online on weekends to watch our various programs. Saturday 7 p.m. Political Arena, Sunday 6 p.m. Women's World, and Monday 9 a.m. The Opinion. It is MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. Please be your brother's keeper to build a happier and better society together. I am Joy Moses. Thanks for watching.